The next two honorees, I have the pleasure of introducing are Lulu Wong and Betsy Cohen, two long-serving vice chair of the board of ASHK Society globally. I begin with a story. In June of 2011, I got a phone call from another wonderful lady, Henrietta Fore, whom I have known since 1991. She was an Undersecretary of State for Management and later head of USAID. She called me and said, "Ronnie, you missed a board meeting of the ASHK Society." She's right. And in your absence, the board has voted Henrietta and myself to be co-chairs of the Global ASHK Society. The ASHK Society's board has just gone through a difficult period of time. And what we didn't know was in the ensuing 2 years, there were going to be more excitement to come. But thank God that Henrietta and myself found two vice chair, both ladies, Lulu Wong and Betsy Cohen, who were amazing. They were generous in spirit, they were resourceful, they were smart, and they were dedicated. Together, we were able to shepherd ASHK Society globally to prepare it for another stage of wonderful growth. Lulu, as we all know, is an amazingly successful financial and investment professional in New York City. She broke through all the glass ceilings for Asian women and has achieved a lot. I want to mention also that she has mentored many young people, many of which are Asians and many of those are Asian women. Betsy is absolutely a dynamo. Betsy is as kind and as gentle as silk, but intellectually as sharp as a scalpel. After receiving her law degree from UPenn, later she began to teach, still in her 20s, at Rutgers University. She was the only other law professor at the time on the East Coast of the United States, none other than Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Before she turned 30, she founded a shipping company in Hong Kong, a leasing company in Brazil, and she joint ventured with the Spanish bank. And when she was 32, she founded Bancorp, which went on to become one of the most successful disruptor in the financial field. And she sold that in 1999. All through her career, she has founded, built, and sold successfully many companies. So ASHK Society should count ourselves fortunate to have these two wonderful ladies to serve as our vice chair. So it is my pleasure to present to you Lulu Wong and Betsy Cohen.
Thank you, Ronnie, for that very kind introduction. And yes, I do remember that magical night when we opened the doors of the new ASHK Society Hong Kong. And I thought to myself that it was rather ironic that we were on this beautiful historic site, which had once housed munitions and materials for war, and it was to be the home of an institution that would be dedicated to bridging the East and West peacefully and productively. And we have done that so well through programs on policy, business, and the arts. So now, 10 years later, we have not only grown our membership, our excellent programming, but we've also achieved that stature in Asia as that common ground. And in that common mission, many wonderful people from public service, policy, business, and the arts have come to join in this effort. And now I am so honored to be amongst those who are being recognized. But it was a great labor of love for all of us. And as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of ASHK Society Hong Kong, we are reminded of our very original mission to be the bridge, the common ground, the intersection between US and Asia. And let us work harder than ever to make that intersection as peaceful and productive as ever we could do. Thank you so much.
Hello, and I'm delighted to be with you this evening and particularly proud to be among the illustrious group of honorees for the 10th anniversary of the ASHK Society. I'm Betsy Cohen, Vice Chairman of the ASHK Society, and remember very clearly 10 years ago when we first walked across the bridge to the newly constructed Asia Society of Hong Kong, being quite careful not to disturb the fruit bats who were living underneath. Over the last 10 years, I've had the pleasure of working with Ronnie Chan, who is the spark plug of the Asia Society of Hong Kong, together with his colleague, Alice Mong, who has created programs and exhibitions and wonderful food at AMO to enhance the Hong Kong region. I'm delighted to be with you this evening, and thank you very much for including me among the honorees for the 10th anniversary of the Asia Society of Hong Kong.